Now we will discuss about a vital important topic, that the mantras, Sanskrit mantras. When it is said mantras, it's Sanskrit mantra only, because it is specifically in the Sanskrit literature, in the Vedas, they're full of mantras, and that is the sutras, or that is the thread. At the same time, they packed tremendous vibratory strength. And if one thinks about its meaning also, it becomes much more powerful. Mantra is a very important part of thought and success in effective yoga practice. When I say yoga, it is all combined yoga, or you can refer to as Patanjali Raja Yoga or Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga. Or a very interesting thing is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Every chapter is considered as yoga. The meaning of yoga is Jiva Atmani Eva Aikyam. Means in every human being there is an eternal permanent entity and two temporary entities. The permanent is the soul, the inner self, the higher self. And the outer or the material entity is the mind, the intellect, the ego, and the speech, and the thought process. So as long as you do not go beyond mind, thoughts, speech, and sense organs and their experiences, you cannot realize the soul. And as long as you do not realize your own soul, you never remember your eternal existence, your Sat Chit Ananda existence, the blissful existence. So, real yoga means you always remember in every thought, in every speech, and in every action, the unity with that inner self. Because if the inner self will not do the breathing, your body, mind, intellect, ego, nothing will remain. They're all part of prana, and some other time we'll speak about prana and pranayama. So mantra is a word of power, word of energy, a vibratory, very subtle vibratory energy, not like any material energy. Not like any material energy. So it is through the prana, the real source of prana is the soul. And the sum total of all individual souls or self is the Supreme Self, Paramatma, God. So this mantra, when you meditate on the mantra or chant the mantra with concentration and single-minded attention, it reveals the hidden knowledge about everything. So each mantra, Sanskrit mantra, they're a great source of benefit, welfare. to the human beings, because it is only the human beings who can think about the mantra and chant the mantra and so get the benefit. It is a highly sophisticated, complicated thought process. Each mantra has at least 3 parts. The first part is a seed mantra called a bija mantra, and that carries the sum total of energy of the whole mantra. The second part is the body of the mantra, which carries the main meaning and part, and which is full of hidden knowledge and ideas. And the last part is offering. Anything to become powerful, it has to be offered to the Supreme Self or God, so it becomes transformed into His energy. You see, these mantras have tremendous effect on the human brain. No other factor in the creation has that power on the human brain. It's a specific power. How? Let us give an example of the mantra. Om Hom Shivaya Namaha. This is a mantra dedicated to Lord Shiva. Om is the sum total of everything, past, present, future, and unknown. Physical, verbal, mental, and unknown. Om, let us analyze Om. Om has A, U, Ma, and atom point Bindu, which carries the total power. Now, the other is Home. Ha is the bija mantra of infinity, of sky. Akash, Tattva. Shiva means the most pure and perfect and auspicious. To him we bow. Now, bow means maintaining oneness, and that brings all the divine power and energy, that oneness. Now, this is a very frequently chanted mantra, but there are simpler mantra of Lord Shiva also. For example, Om Namah Shivaya. Now let us say what is happening when you chant the mantra. Very interesting. You know, whatever you speak or chant or utter comes to your brain. Everything originates in the brain. And in the brain, for different functions, there are different areas in the cerebral cortex. The interesting part is in the human brain, there is a common part which is common to animals and human beings. The other is the animal part, and the other is the intellectual or godly part, and the other is superconscious part. Now let us analyze. We take help of human physiology also, physiology of the human brain. Now, human brain mainly divided into basic, that is the basic life, the medulla oblongata, the midbrain, and the pons. They have all the basic life supporting centers. Above this is the limbic system, and that is the animal part, which is common to animals and human beings. And this limbic system, the Pashu, is monitored and guided by the cerebral cortex, the intellectual part, or the godly part. So it is said the limbic system proposes, the cerebral cortex disposes. Now, in the cerebral cortex, there are many tiny areas, microscopic areas, which has been mapped by the scientists, physiologists. And some of them are the speech center, and speech is very specialized. One is receptive speech, the speech which comes to here, and the other motor speech, which you, as a response, execute. Two areas. So then there is a hearing area, there is a vision area, there is a thought area, there is a writing area, there is a reading area, and so many other areas. And when opportunity comes, we can talk about the spiritual area also. Now it is not the time, needs more explanation. The spiritual area in the human brain. So when you hear a speech, a sound, a speech receptive area gets stimulated, means it gets more blood supply, it becomes active, and action is live. So when it is more blood supply energized, it remains healthier and functional. It can avoid stagnation and diseases. So a person's brain is that much powerful. As much as these centers are powerful and healthy, so when you speak out, there is a motor speech area, different area. So that becomes activated and more blood supply. Then there is a hearing area. When you hear something, that hearing area is stimulated. When it's vision area, when you see something, along with seeing, you also understand its meaning and interpretation and the conditioned explanations. So when you say the mantra, similarly there are many areas, specific areas, highly specialized human brain, a rare power, a rare possession, wealth, take care of it. If you don't use your brain, it becomes weak. Blood supply becomes less, it becomes weak, and every function becomes weak, including memory. So let us come to the mantra. When you say Om, A, U, Ma, dot, Bindu, three areas are energized in one mantra. It's single bija mantra. Three areas are simultaneously energized. When you say Ha, oh, home. Ha means infinity, home means energy, And Bindu means Shakti, symbolizes Shiva. Shiva is infinity, pure and perfect, unmanifest, wisdom. So all these centers are activated in the brain. Sha, E, She, 2 areas. Ba, A, Ba, 2 areas. Ya, 3 areas. Na, 1 area. Maha, Namaha, 2 areas. So simultaneously all these areas are activated. This is excellent physiotherapy for the brain. Otherwise, the brain has no effective physiotherapy. So these are some benefits. Now I will say about another mantra. You see how many areas of brain are usually actually, according to the physiological truth, they're activated. There's a very interesting Chamunda mantra. Om, Aing, Hring, Kling, Cha, Munda, Yei, Bi, Che. Imagine how many areas are simultaneously energized by this mantra when you chant it or think about it. And it has inner meaning also. This mantra has inner meaning. Ainkari Srishti Rupai, Hrinkari Pratipalika, Klinkari Kama Rupine, Bija Rupe Namastute. Ainkari is the creative energy. Hri, Ha is Akasa Ra, R. E, long E, Bindu, Pratipalika, it nourishes, it supports, it maintains. Cling, Ka, La, E, long E, Bindu, and La. La means love. La is Bijamantra for love. Ka means kamana. So cling means fulfillment of desires. It's better to have legitimate desires so that you will not come under repeated birth and repeated death and association. Biche abhayadayini, bo e, cha cha e. They give fearlessness. What more you want? What more a person wants? You have the creative energy, you have the maintenance energy, you have the protective energy, you have the supportive energy, and you have the fulfillment, legitimate desires energy. With joy, and at the same time, fearlessness, which is most important in living a stress-free, successful life. So you see how many brain areas are benefited by this. So when one chants this mantra repeatedly as a habit, naturally his brain becomes more powerful and his memory is powerful and never failing. And the thing is, when blood circulation maintained even till old age, the function remains intact. So these are all the benefits, and they are necessary for the human beings to live full 100 years with active life and at the same time try for one's own liberation. What is liberation? Freedom from suffering, freedom from stress, freedom from fear. And there are many types of sufferings. You know better. There are many types of stress which accumulates. So, as you know, physiotherapy helps in better circulation of any part of the body. But there is no effective physiotherapy for the human brain. So somebody said, do crossword puzzle, take up new ideas and creativity and Sudoku and all these they suggest. Well, you can do it, no problem. But the most effective is the mantras. And when you meditate on it, along with its meaning, the benefits are infinite. And that's how you feel that life is worth living. Not leading, living.